What's up, everybody? It is Christros here, and I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. I cannot believe that I'm at 89 subscribers right now. It has been amazing, and like I said, I just want to thank everybody for that support. Yeah, so we have a lot of decks coming up, so expect quite a bit of videos in the next couple of weeks. There's some of them I'm going to be doing decks on, some of them I won't here. So like Zodiac, I probably won't do a deck list on. Flenderies, I probably won't do a deck list on. Stuff I will be doing deck list on is Nordics. I'm updating my Nordic list. I'm doing another Assault mode. I am doing Spirals, Punks. What else was there? A Outledge deck that's gonna be Outledge Synchro. So just an FYI. Other than that, and I got like a combo Dark Ward deck in the works also, using Dark Wards and Punk Engine. So like I said, we do got a lot of decks coming up. If you guys want to see more, if you guys want to see a Pacific deck, just let me know, and I'll make that my top priority. Other than that, we got one big update I want to talk to you guys about before we get to the deck list. The update's very quick. So it's going to be how my replay is going to work. So the first replay of the game is going to be in casual mode. So the very first match you see is going to be against a casual mode deck. So it could be ranging from anywhere from just a fun rogue deck that I'm playing against or a competitive one, depending on like how interesting the game is, you know what I mean? But then after that, the next two games, so it should be every video have 3 games at least, maybe 4 or 5, depending on the deck I want to showcase. But the second and third game would be against meta decks, or at least not meta, but it would be up in the ladder in gold or diamond, depending on where I'm at in the rank. You know, at the moment, right at the moment, I'm in diamond, so you'll be seeing diamond gameplay. So I hope all that made sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And other than that, I guess the only thing I want to talk about is new ban list is coming at the end of the month for Master Duel. They finally hit some floodgates like Vanity's Emptiness and Imperial Order, which is really good. Those cards are getting banned. True King of All Calamities is also getting banned. Celestial, Destiny Hero Celestial is getting banned to kind of stop the +2 effect from its graveyard effect, which, to be honest, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer still be a playable boss monster after this, so I don't think it's gonna matter. That's about it. But yeah, like I said, new ban list. If you guys are interested, I can link some videos down below, or if you guys want me to do my own reaction, talk to you guys about it more in depth, I'll be glad to. Like I said, just don't forget to ask. And that, let's get into today's deck list, and it is Adamancipators. I hope you guys all enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright guys, this is our deck list. Someone has been teaching Rocks how to synchro. We gotta find out what UB tuber that was, but yeah, not good. So today we're going over Adamancipators, and this is a really rock, combo oriented deck. It is kind of hard to play. The lines and combos, it could extend like crazy, and we'll kind of go over some of them in the actual replays. But for right now, let's go through the card by card as we always do. So let's make it very simple. The first 3 is Seeker. You want 3 Seeker. It's a great card. If you control any other Emancipator monster except for yourself, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, special summon 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck in 80 order. Really great card. You want to run 3 Researcher. Researcher is amazing. If you control a rock monster except itself, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, special summon 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster. So really amazing. And then we gotta run 2 Analyzer. Analyzer is semi-limited for something I can't explain why, but it's a stupid hit. But the point is, it's limited. Semi-limited, you're going to run 2 of them. And Analyzer's effect is, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can special summon 1 activated level 4 lower tuner, non-tuner from it, then place the rest on the bottom of your deck. Really great cards. You want to run all of those. So run 3 Seeker, 3 Researcher, and 2 Analyzer. Now, let's get to the rest of the card by card. We got one Despot 001. This card's amazing. I've went over this card multiple times before. And what it is if you have 2 or more machine monsters are special summoned at the same time, while this card's in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you could special summon this card. And that is not a once per turn. We got one Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is a really weird addition to this deck, but it does come up in niche cases. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you could add one Jet monster from your deck to your hand. We're never using that effect. If this card's in your graveyard, you could send one card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. That's what using this card for, is basically you could synchro it off or link it off, then you could just revive it back as follow-up. Really good card. It's stupidly broken, really nice. We got 3 Doki Doki. Doki Doki is a really cool card. You can discard one rock monster, special summon from your deck one rock monster that has the original attribute and level as that monster in face up attack position or face down defense position. You can only use the effect of Doki Doki once per turn. This is a great special summon. You could get rid of any of your rock monsters and usually can float into something else. And you could go into your link plays or synchro plays right away. Really great card, definitely worth running 3 of them. I wouldn't see why you want it. We got one Creation Resonator. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This is a brick, same as a Despot 001. You don't really want to open these, but yet again, if you do, you do. And I'll explain why we're running Creation here in a bit. For our hand traps, we've got 3 Ash Blossom. This is a staple because of Max C is just so prevalent right now in the ladder. Everybody's running Max C. Having a way to get rid of their opponent's Max C is really important with the Ash Blossom or Card by the Grave. We got 3 P.U.N.K Z-Main. Z-Main is one of the best fucking cards ever. Maybe not the best card, but you get what I'm saying. It's a really great card. You can pay 600 life points, add one P.U.N.K monster from your deck to your hand except itself. If this card's sent to the graveyard, you can target one P.U.N.K monster you control and gain 600 attack. That effect doesn't really come up too often, but what does come up is that search effect. That search effect is stupidly good, and we basically have 5 copies of this card in our deck because we are running 2 emergency teleporter. We got 2 Water Enchantress. This is for our adventure line. We do run adventure in this deck. I know some people don't like that, but yet again, if you don't want to run it, you don't have to. But for myself, it is really nice to have just in case your main lines get interrupted, you have something to fall back on. Now, what Water Enchantress does, if people don't already know, if you control an adventure token, you can special summon this card from your hand. In reality, you're using it for the second effect. You can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, add one Rite of Amnesia from your deck to your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you control a token, you can place one field spell that mentions its the token from your deck face up to your field zone. You're not using that effect whatsoever. All you're using is that banish effect to get Rite of Amnesia from your deck. We got one Gigantus. Gigantus is just a great extender. You can banish one Earth monster from your graveyard to special summon it. Then this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. Destroy all spell and traps on the field. That effect doesn't really come up, but you're using it as just a free extender. Usually if it's in your hand, it's always alive because we have so many Earth monsters that would be going through. We got 3 Kirimiru Guardian. This card's amazing. It is a free monster negate. You contribute to negate the activation. And we need it for our plays as a rock monster because you can either get rid of it with Doki Doki. You can search it out through Supplier. There's a lot of ways to utilize this card. It's really nice. Definitely worth running 3 of them. Then we got 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Coat Ring. This is for our Mecha Phantom Beast Award online, and I'll explain that combo in a bit. Basically, what this card is important, if this card special summon, you can special summon 2 more tokens. When those 2 tokens get special summoned, you can special summon back Despot 001 from your graveyard. So like I said, we'll go over the line in a bit. We got 1 Tackle Crusader. I'm not a big fan of this card. I'm thinking about actually cutting it for something different, but for right now it's staying. This card's in the graveyard. You can activate one of these effects. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change that target to face-down defense position, or you can target one face-up spell and trap your opponent controls, return that target to its hand. The Book of Moon effect is actually really nice, and it's a rock, level 4, so it does come up quite a bit. It is worth using, but like I said, it's not my favorite at the moment. We are running 1 Destiny Hero Celestial. This card is about to get banned, so if you want to run, the Destiny Hero package, instead of Destiny or Celestial. You could run, you know, Diamond Dude. I'm thinking about running, what was it? Disc Commander. Disc Commander works also. Basically, any of the Destiny heroes will work. It's just whatever you want to throw in there. No matter what, it's going to be a brick, just like Celestial was. So, if you run Phoenix Enforcer in the future, you can only run one Fusion Destiny, and Celestial won't be anymore. So just an FYI on that. You're going to have to change Celestial out for something else, like a Diamond Dude or a Disc Commander, or a maybe two Malicious, you know what I mean? You're going to have to figure something out, but that's what it comes down to. Other than that, we got one Crystal. Crystal is a really interesting card. This card special summon by the effect of an Adamancipator card. You could draw one card. And this card sent to graveyard, you can target one water synchro monster you control, or in the graveyard, return it to the extra deck. And if you do, place this card on the top of your deck. It's a really good card. The draw one is really, really important. We got 3 Supplier. Supplier is amazing. If this face-up rock monster you control is sent to the graveyard, accepting damage step, you can special summon this card. It's a great extender because that means during anything, if you link off a rock monster or synchro off a rock monster, you can special summon this card for free. It's a great extender. It's amazing. If this card special summon, you can also search your Guardian from your to your hand right away. Like I said, it's a really amazing card, definitely worth running. We got one Dasher. That's for our Phoenix Enforcer. We got one Griffin Rider. Griffin Rider is a free Omnigate if you control a Adventure token. We got one Block Dragon. Block Dragon is amazing. If you want to run more of this, you can, but I think one is a perfect amount because it can always come back no matter what. Basically, this card can't be normal or set. You must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing 3 Earth monsters from your hand or graveyard. Rock monsters you control cannot be destroyed except by battle. If this card is sent from the field or graveyard, you could add up to 3 rock monsters from your deck to your hand whose total level 8. Now, you can only use this effect of Block Dragon once per turn. The once per turn is the adding. You can special summon this card as much as you want. As long as you have Earths in your graveyard, you can continue bringing it back. It's a really great card, definitely worth running. We got 2 Foxy Tune. I was running 3. If you want to cut any card, you can run 3. It's definitely worth it. Foxy Tune is a really great one. Foxy Tune's effect is once per turn. You could send this card from your hand or field to graveyard. Send one other card from your hand or graveyard. And if you do, special summon one Punk monster from your deck. So basically, you could discard it and one other card to special summon Z-Main. Really amazing, definitely worth running. Then we got one Ogre Dance. Ogre Dance is not as great in this deck, but it still comes up every now and then. You could discard this card from your hand. You could send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add one Punk monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, you could get rid of it to add Z-Main to your hand. It does come up, but like I said, if you, I only run 1. I think any more than that is kind of unnecessary. So just an FYI, if you wanted to cut like an infinite permanence and add another Foxy Tune, you definitely can, and I would understand why. Now, for our spells, we got one Harpy's Feather Duster for back row hate. We got one Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, you could send Block Dragon or Water Enchantress, depending on the lines that you want to go into. We got 2 Fusion Destiny. That's for our Phoenix Enforcer lines. We got 3 Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More is a great going second card. Yeah, like I said, with boards being able to open up, have heavy on monster negates at the moment, this card really is really good. I think it's a lot better than Forbidden Droplet at the moment, but yet again, that's still debatable. We got 3 Adamancipator Signs. This card is a monster reborn for the Adamancipator archetype. You can target one rock monster in the graveyard and special summon it in defense position. Then if you touch summon an Adamancipator monster by this effect, you can take one level 4 low rock monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. So it's a really good card. It basically ensures that your Adamancipator's effects are going to go off no matter what. We got 2 Right of Adamancipator. Right of Adamancipator is amazing. If you control no tokens, you can special summon 1 token. Has 2000 attack, 2000 defense, and if you do not control Faithful Adventure, you can place 1 Faithful Adventure from your deck face up in the spell trap zone. You can't activate the effects of monsters that on the turn you activated this card, except special summon monsters. It's a really great card, definitely worth running. We got 1 Draco back and then 1 Faithful Adventure. We got 2 Emergency Teleports. Emergency Teleport, our target for that is going to be Z-Main. We got 2 Call by the Grave, simple to get rid of your opponent's Max C or Ash Blossom, depending on the circumstance. And then lastly, we got 3 Infinite Permanence. Infinite Permanence is an amazing card, definitely worth playing. Also, Infinite Permanence is really good right now because of Flunderies. Just an FYI, if you're getting tired of Flunderies, Infinite Permanence kind of saves the day. So yeah, just so you know. Now for our extra deck, we got 1 Destiny Hero, Phoenix Enforcer. We are running 1 Hair of the Arclight. We're not using it for its ritual or ritual spell effect. What we're using it is for any monster sent from the hand or field to the graveyard is banished. That does come up a lot, and it's definitely good. Then, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, quick effect, you contribute this card to negate the activation. It's yet another negate on top of that. So definitely worth running, and there are ways to make this in this deck very easily, and we'll go over that. We got 1 Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch is amazing in this deck. We'll go over the lines of it in a bit. We got 1 TG Wonder Magician. This is for the second effect of Crystron Haiku Firebrax. Because of its Synchro Summon, you can target 1 spell trap on the field and destroy it. That does come up on the opponent's field, so just an FYI. We got 1 Leonite. Leonite doesn't come up too often, but it is a good card. Basically, it has the same effect of every other Adamancipator. You could activate, activate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do add 1 Adamancipator card from your to your hand, then place the rest of them on the bottom of your deck. We got 1 Risen. Risen is a really good card. Risen is you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, special summon 1 of the rock monsters in defense position. It's a great extender and definitely worth running. We got 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. This is one of our end boss monsters. We got 1 Dragonite. Dragonite is a really good card. It does come up every now and then because it is a spell trap negate. If you have a water monster, we do have water monsters to actually use it, like our water enchantresses. We have 1 crystal. So like I said, it does come up quite often. Definitely worth running. Yeah, like I said, I do like it because, like I said, just being able to have a spell trap negate on the field while you're going through your plays is actually kind of nice. We got 1 Baron the Floor. Baron the Floor is an Omni negate that can also send itself to the graveyard to actually bring back something that you want. The Omni negate effect is what you're using, and that has a once per turn pop. Really good. We got 1 Gallant Granite. Gallant Granite is amazing. Basically, you can attach 1 material to activate 1 of these effects. You can add 1 rock monster from your deck to your hand. That's any rock monster. There's no level restraints. So that's Block Dragon, that's Supplier, Guardian, Researcher, Seeker, Analyzer, Doki Doki. Doesn't matter. Could be anything. Really great card. Or you can special summon 1 rock monster from your hand face down defense position. You're not using it for that effect. You're using it for the search effects. We got 1 Crystron Hyper Firebrax. This card should be banned, and we'll talk about the combo in this deck later with it, and it's really good. We got 1 Petaplant Anaconda. That's for our Fusion Destiny. We got 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. 1 Apollosa Bow of the Goddess. This does come up every now and then. Sadly, Apollosa is not that good at the moment because of the effects of like Dark Ruler exist, but it does come up enough times where it's useful. So just an FYI on that. I'm using it, but you could cut it for anything else if you like. Then to close out games, we've got 1 Access Code Talker. And that's everything. I hope you guys enjoy the games. And like I said, when they come up, we'll go over the combos, kind of like card by card, just so you guys understand. And I'll talk to also about where I fucked up in the duels. I hope you all enjoy, and we'll get right into the games. Alright, so our first one is up against a casual match, and we're playing against Demise OTK. I haven't seen this deck since like my first start playing way back in the day, so this was a lot of fun. And I'm so happy somebody actually tried to bring it into like casual setting. So I'm going to activate Emergency Teleport to bring out Z-Main, and I'm going to activate Water Enchantress. Water Enchantress is going to be Rite of Animasteer, and I'm going to hold that for activate Rite of Animasteer right away to get a token. To get Faithful Adventure. Faithful Adventure is going to add Wandering Griffin Rider. Griffin Rider, I would discard my supplier since I already have another one in hand. And at this point, I'm going to special summon the Griffin Rider so that way I have an Omni negate on board already. So I'm feeling pretty good. And now I'm going to activate Z-Main to get Foxy Tune. I'm going to activate Foxy Tune, discarding itself. And I discarded Seeker to get another Z-Main on the field. Now at this point, I am going to go into Crystal 1 Haiku Firebrax. and I'll get Despot001, and I'll normal summon Researcher. At this point, I went to P.U.N.K Anaconda because I actually messed up my zones. I'll explain zone placement. It's pretty hard right now. I'm still learning this deck. I shouldn't have been normal summoned. I should have just went into Despot and played, but like I said, I messed up. This is my mistake, but my mistake is still not going to end terribly because I still have Fusion. So at this point, I'll send Dash on Celestial and on Phoenix Enforcer. My board's not terrible. Like I said, I do have a pop, an Omni-Negate, and a pop on his turn, meaning a bounce on his turn. So I'm feeling pretty confident. So my opponent activates Tuning Ward. I'm going to Crystal High free 5 Brax this really quickly, and I'm going to go into a different monster. I actually choose to go into Cupid Pitch. I should have went into TG, but I wasn't thinking about it. He goes into Demise. Activate Cupid Pitch's effect. Demise effects activates. Now I'm going to Griffin Rider the Demise. I'm not going to let that go off because Demise would destroy all cards on the field. I can't let that happen. So he activates Fulfillment, and at this point he's going to bring back the Demise. But before he can do anything, I'm going to activate Destiny Hero, getting rid of my Verte in his equip card. And now he activates Breaking the Ward. So Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer is going to come back. And at this point, I basically won the game. It's just a matter of time. So Fight for Adventure is going to get, I get my Wonder Griffin Rider. I discard Dark Ruler no more because it's not needed. I do special summon my Griffin Rider. And at this point, Draco back, I'm going to bounce back his Field Spell because why not? Activate. I change that to attack position, but I go into Boiled Savage Dragon, and that allowed me to equip my Platypus Anaconda to it. I believe Platypus Anaconda. But yeah, that'll give me 2 tokens. Yep. And that's 2 Omni-Negates right off the bat, and I get into Z-Main. I play Z-Main, activate Celestial. Celestial's going to bait itself a Dasher, and I draw 2 more. Z-Main's effect, I'm going to get Foxy Tune. At this point, I activate Foxy Tune to get rid of itself, the special summon. And now Z-Main's effect is going to activate to increase, and I had game on board. So yeah, that is really bad gameplay for me, but yet again, it was a lot of fun. It showcases what the deck can do, and we'll go into the ladder. I hope you all enjoy, and let's see some competitive gameplay. Alright, so this first game on the ladder is against Numeron. Oh boy, I really get tired of Diamond. Like, Numeron is just so prevalent. Why can't this deck get hit in the ban list? So I actually opened up pretty decently, and I ended up going first. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I do normal summon Analyzer, and then my opponent is going to Ash Blossom. I feel perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to call by because I'm waiting to see if as a max C. At this point, I activate Secret's effect. I do special summon Secret and use the Secret's effect. Secret's effect is going to activate. I'll be filling the top 5 cards. I'm feeling pretty confident. And I do a special summon Tackle. At this point, I go into Risen. Feeling pretty confident still. Risen effect, I'm going to reveal the top 5. And I don't get anything, it looks like. I did get Doki Doki. That's something. So Doki Doki, and I'm going to go into Baron de Floor. Feeling really confident about this. I have an Omni-Negate. I activate Researcher to go into those 2. Activate Researcher's effect, and I should reveal the top 4. This is where I misplayed. I should have just went into my Link and go into P.U.N.K 5 racks. I'm going to mess up my zones. Yet again, I'm still learning, so gotta bear with me. I'm going to go into Risen. Risen effect, I'm going to show the top 5 again. Yet another Doki Doki, but I need an Emancipator. And I don't hit anything. Oh, well, I got Signs. So that's something. I use Signs effect. I'm going to special summon Researcher. Because I just need another the tuner. And then I go into Risen effect. I'm going to show the top again. Feeling pretty confident, but yet again, like I said, I messed up my zones. I should have done a different play. Still learning this deck, but it was still a lot of fun. And now I go into Analyzer, and I'm going to sync off into Platypus Anaconda. I probably should have kept Risen, but yet again, I wasn't thinking. I do get rid of those 2, and I go into my Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. So I'm pretty good. I do set Call by the Grave, and I end my turn. So my opponent already Lava Golems. That's great. He activates Lightning Storm. That's great. So I chain it, Call by the Grave. I do get rid of his Ash Blossom, just in case he has a follow-up for next turn. Because this is just not going well. He is kind of ahead of me right now. He activates Dino Wrestler Pinkertops. Pinkertops is going to go to battle phase. He attacks over his Lava Golem, which is weird. Main phase 2 end phase, and now it's back to my turn. I have a Pinkertops to deal with. Fucking great. So activate Guardian. I go with Axis Code Talker. Axis Code Talker is going to affect. I do target Feather Plant. Now he's going to bounce it. Mean that bounce, he's going to destroy it. So that's a misplay on me, by the way. I should have went something else, but yet again, I was really hard to try to get rid of that. My opponent ends. He bricked. So I got to win on this turn in particular. I activate Dash's effects, and at this point, I set my Draco back, activating Celestial, banish 2, and I'm going to draw 2. And that's what I need. Researcher is going to go off, and I search the top 5, but I don't care what I get because I already won. So I'm feeling really confident about myself. I do get Supplier. Supplier's effect is going to grab Guardian. Now I'm going to link off into P.U.N.K Firebrax. Not using his effect, but I'm going to go into Mecha Phantom Beast of Rorodon. At this point, I do get some tokens. I guess I'm feeling really confident. I don't have too many cards left, but I have just enough to make a play. I go into Despot, and at this point, I sync those off to Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch is going to increase its level by 1. Then I'm going to use Aurodon to get rid. Alright, so what I did was Cupid Pitch increases level by 1 when it's synchro summoned. I used a Mecha Phantom Beast's second effect, which is you can special summon one Mecha Beast. You contribute 2 tokens to special summon one Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your deck. And I special summon Colt Ring. Colt Ring is when this card special summon, you can special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. So I do get 2 tokens. And since those 2 tokens, Despot 001 is going to come back. And at this point, I'm going to link off Cupid Pitch and one of the tokens for Borlo's Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon effect is going to activate, and Cupid Pitch is going to activate. I'm feeling really confident, and there's not too much my opponent can now do. Since he has 4 tokens, he has 4 Omnigates. I do get Creation. At this point, I special summon Creation, and then I'm going to synchro off into Hair of the Arclight. That's my spell and trap negate. But yet again, I don't care about that. I go into Gown Granite. Gown Granite's effects are going to activate. I do discard 1, and I'm going to go get a Researcher back to my hand. Activate Research effects, I special summon it, and now I go for game. And yeah, that was it. There was nothing my opponent could do, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did misplay a lot, as you guys see. I'm still learning in the deck, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into the next one. Alright, this next deck is against DDD. DDD is surprisingly very competitive right now. It got some new support that just came out in the recent set, and because of that new support, it's kind of excelled the deck. It is still, forewarning everybody, DDD is still a very hard deck to play. So just understand that. If you want to pick it up, great, but do your research online about it. The combos are not that clear, and it's very hard to play. I am in the process of filming a DD deck guide and combo guide, but that's going to be kind of a couple weeks away. But just so you guys know, it is a very hard deck to play. Other than that, let's get into the game. So my opponent goes first. He sets he's going to Pendulum Scale Oblivion King. He sets 1, and then he sets 1 card defense position. He bricked really bad, or he doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm going to utilize height. Now he passes. So at this point, I have to win no matter what. I'm going to try baiting out a hand trap. So I use Foxy Soon, getting rid of itself, and yet he takes the bait. He Ash Blossoms. I'm ecstatic because I don't care about that. I have enough extenders to keep this going. I activate Water Enchantress to add a Rite of Animasteer to my hand. Now I'm going to hold on to that. Activate Adamancipator. Adamancipator would be special summoned since he controls a monster and I don't. So when the opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Now I'm going to use the effect, activate the top 5 cards, and I already hit a level 4 lower rock monster, so I'm going to special summon that. I'm very excited. I do get Supplier. Supplier's effect is going to add me a Guardian to my hand. At this point, I'm going to link off into a P.U.N.K Firebrax. P.U.N.K Firebrax is effects are going to kick in and grab me a Despot 001. Despot 001 and P.U.N.K make a Aurodon. We all seen this line before, but I will go over how this works. Auroradon gives me 3 tokens. 1, 2, 3. Despot 001's effect kicks in, special summons itself. Alright, now I'm going to synchro the Despot and one of the tokens for Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch will increase its level by 1, making it level 5. Auroradon effect, I attribute 2 tokens to get Coat Ring. Coat Ring specified 2 more tokens. And then Despot is going to come back and special summon itself. Alright. At this point, I use Cupid Pitch and one of the tokens to make a level 8. I make Borreload Savage Dragon and I equip Halky Fire Brax to it to give me 2 Omni-Negates. So I'm feeling really confident. Cupid Pitch has a graveyard effect. If this card sent to the sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you could get 1 monster from your deck to your hand who's 600 defense or less. You got 2 targets. You got Z-Main and you got Resonator. Resonator is what we're grabbing. Now I'm going to activate Resonator and I'm going to special summon it, and I'm going to use Resonator and that level 7. I'm going to make a level 10. I make Baron de Fleur. So now I got 2 Omni-Negates. I'm very, very confident. I'm going to use the Omni-Gate to bounce. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use the Baron de Fleur's effect to destroy his face down, which was Necro Slime. I have to kill him this turn. I'm feeling really confident. At this point, I activate Rite of Animaseer, and my opponent just concedes. So yeah, that's the deck. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And like I said, this deck has been very, very good. I can't complain. There will be an update to this deck in the future, so be a part 2 of this video where there's a 45 card version. So if you don't want to play 60, there'll be a 45 card version that'll be there, and that one's not running the Adventure line. So if you guys don't want to run the Adventure, that deck, just hold out for it, and I'll have that coming to you guys here soon. Other than that, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And like I said, thank you guys for the support. All right, have a good night, everybody. Bye.